What a head, son! What a head!
Welcome to Across the Pond, where we review anything and everything about the Premier League. I am your co-host, Owen G, and to my left of me, one of my best mates, Liverpool fan, Lewis. Lewis, how you doing tonight?
I can't say I didn't see that one coming. I mean, being a Liverpool fan...
It's expected, mate.
Yeah.
You chose the team, mate.
Happens. Nature of the business. Speaking of business, let's get right to it. Man United versus Chelsea. What were your thoughts on the game?
I was disappointed that Morata started, I'll be honest. I wanted to see Giroud starting just because of the fact that he played well against Hull, he played well against West Brom. And Morata's coming back from injury, hadn't really played too much before the United game.
Yep.
So I thought that Oliver was in good form and he should have started. I mean, we were playing well in the beginning, some of the best football we've ever played, and he misses a sitter. You know? Alonso sends in a good cross, and this boy misses a sitter. 70 million quid for a plumber who can't score a sitter like that. So I was fairly disappointed with him. I think the rest of the team played well. Christensen, again, made a little bit of a mistake, gave some space to Lukaku, and he put in the first goal, and then typical Mourinho. Team plays horrible, but they get the result.
Hey,
unlucky day for Chelsea, but I hope next week when we play City, we start Giroud. What did you think about the match?
I thought Chelsea, in all essence of the word, really dominated the game for the most part.
Yeah, I agree.
Had more possession, 55.7 to 44.3. More shots on target, 7 to 5 on shots on target.
Yeah.
I would say they really dominated the game. But I don't know. I think Mourinho played his cards right with the substitution. Lingard.
He's on form. He's great. The boy has been great this season. Comes on, scores goals. He knows how to play.
No, yeah, the boy came on, scored the winning header. Doesn't score a lot of goals with his head either, so I thought that was pretty interesting. 24 appearances, 10 as a sub, 8 goals, 4 assists. Solid stats for the season. Especially when you're not starting every game.
Yeah, and he's making a very big opportunity for himself to be on that starting team in Russia, don't you think, for England?
Yeah, he's definitely on the plane.
Yeah, he's going to be on the plane, and for me, he's not just on my plane, he's starting 11 on my plane already. Hopefully Gareth Southgate thinks the same.
I don't know about that, but we do have to move on. Stoke Leicester.
Stoke Leicester. Well, the thing we got to talk about when we come to Stoke Leicester is Jack Butland's error.
I mean,
England's number one. What would England's number one be without making mistakes?
England's number one.
For me, England's number one, Jack Butland. Who else do you have as England's number one?
I mean, given on performances this season, I think Nick Pope is definitely...
7th place Burnley, you got to give them. How many goals have they conceded?
25 goals against, 9 clean sheets for Pope.
Solid. I mean,
if you're into fantasy, definitely have him on your fantasy team. He's solid.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what there's in 7th place, right?
Yes.
Arsenal's above them, Liverpool's above them. Liverpool, you're Liverpool, mate. Garbage defending. You've conceded, 37 goals? Arsenal's conceded around 35. And for Burnley, I mean, not even Nick Pope. Ben Mee is also making a good opportunity for him to be in that starting 11 in Russia. He might maybe not be in the starting 11, but he should definitely be, based on his performances this season.
Yeah, I mean, Butland, he kind of made up for it later on in the game.
Yeah, that crazy save against Riyad Mahrez. That was insane.
Yeah, Mahrez getting back into the side after the whole little transfer fluster.
What'd you think about that?
Thing.
If I'm the manager, I'm benching him the entire season. I don't care. Sell him for free in the summer. I don't mind it at all. You know what? If you're going to be that unprofessional, you're not going to respect the club, you're not going to respect the fans, then don't put on the jersey.
I mean, regardless, the fans love him. I would say most
Rubbish fans.
I would say most of the fans love him. He was a Premier League winner. He was vital to them that season. Leicester are definitely better with him in the side. And you could tell that.
Talking about Premier League winners, you know who wasn't a Premier League winner?
Let me guess.
Your hero, Steven Gerrard. And
for those of you who don't know, Idol. I love you, Stevie G. Don't listen to this guy.
Slip. He's somewhere in Merseyside slipping again. And talking about Merseyside who's not slipping, Liverpool 4, West Ham 1.
All right. I'm gonna talk about my Reds. Gloat a little.
Go ahead. Well deserved victory against West Ham.
Actually won this weekend.
Well, that's fine. Hey, your team wasn't playing United. Your team wasn't playing Mourinho.
Okay, I mean, dominated possession. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson really stepped it up this season. Ox.
Who? Who'd you say?
Andy Robertson.
Boy.
I mean, solid left back.
You guys have plumbers for left backs.
Solid.
And who's on your right? Some janitor who just came out of the academy, right?
Trent Alexander-Arnold, promising young prospect. I have high hopes for the lad.
Sure. Keep on going.
Karius is really catching his stride. I think he's improved.
He'll mess up next week. I'm sure of that.
I don't know.
Listen, in my opinion, if you guys want to be title contenders, this is what you need to do. You need to go, if you have, let's say, $80 million to spend, you spend $40 million on a goalkeeper, and then you spend another $40 million on a center.
Let's stop talking about that. Honorable mention to Mikel Antonio coming off the bench for West Ham.
Yeah, he scored a nice goal, man. Put it past.
Giveaway from Emre Can. Emre Can was great throughout the game. Just that little mistake cost us a goal. No big deal. Our front three, best three in the league.
I mean, that's arguable with Aguero.
Best front three in the league. Yes or no?
Arguable. You got Aguero, Sterling, Sane.
Forget City.
Yeah, but they're top of the league.
Forget the Citizens.
They're top of the league.
But we beat
by
them.
Far. That's fine.
Only team to beat them.
Okay, and when,
so I would say my front three is better.
All right, but when I remember a couple years ago when Mourinho was in charge of Chelsea when he first came back, we beat Liverpool and we beat City. We did the double over both teams and we came in third place. So sorry, mate, but that doesn't get you any trophies. From experience, I could tell you that.
I still like being the only team that beat City this season.
And you know, we're gonna talk about somebody who's beaten Liverpool. I think was it twice? Oh no, he got robbed the second time. My boy. The best forward in the world for me, in my opinion, Harry Kane. Spurs against Palace. Harry Kane does it again. That's what the newspapers should read. Bro, Harry Kane does it again.
You should just rename that team Harry Kane FC.
Now you sound like Guardiola. You're taking Guardiola's jokes. Come on, man.
I mean, the man hit the nail on the head.
No, dude, don't be that disrespectful. You got Ugo Lloris, my boy Toby Alderweireld. Then you got Jens Vertonghen. Mm-hmm. You got Ben Davis, Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli. Class. You can't say that's Harry Kane FC.
There's no doubt there's quality on the side, and obviously he can't do it alone. But the man shows up for the team when they need him.
Always.
He's clinical.
Always. And you know what? Going back to my Blues for a second, I'm going to talk a little trash about that plumber Morata. He's rubbish. He's garbage. The thing with him is that he misses sitters, and then he puts his head down. You know, what I love most about Harry Kane is he misses one, he misses two, he'll miss three, he'll miss four, he'll miss five. But on that sixth one, he keeps on fighting. He gets another opportunity, puts it in the back of the net.
Case in point, that corner.
90th minute.
Yeah. 90th
minute. Jumps over three players, puts it past Hennessy, who got a touch on the ball, but it was with too much pace.
Yeah. What do you think the predictions are for this week? I mean, obviously we have Man City Arsenal tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So
a repeat of the Carabao Cup final, total destruction by my citizens in blue. I think that they're gonna. I think it's in the Etihad.
I think it is.
Yeah. So no,
don't quote me on that.
It's nothing. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be a walk in the park for Pep. It's gonna be another 2-0 or 3-0 in my opinion. Arsenal are done. Wenger out. Wenger out. Wenger out.
Listen, if Wenger wants to stay. His forever reign at Arsenal, he needs to pull something off. They need a bigger result.
They need a big result. I mean, any other club he'd be sacked at.
He spent a lot of money in the transfer window, and he sold Sanchez, who has arguably been his best player for the past couple seasons.
I feel like he was kind of forced to sign Sanchez, but he bought Aubameyang, who got welcomed to the Premier League by Vincent Kompany. Did you see that clip where he got bodied? I mean, come on. Welcome to the Premier League. What better way from Vincent Kompany?
Yeah, I mean, the man's a solid defender.
He always has been, plagued with injuries.
Definitely,
but
I would say definitely man of the match. And
he scored a goal in the cup final. That's what it takes. The only player from Arsenal that I said showed some guts and showed some heart in that game, and I think this is what money's doing to the game. We don't see heart, we don't see guts anymore. But we did see it from a local lad playing on Arsenal since the age of 9, Jack Wilshere. Week in, week out, he fights for the crest. He doesn't fight for the name on the back. He fights for the crest on the front.
Even when he was at Bournemouth, The guy was holding his own, coming back from an injury.
He's a very old school player.
Getting minutes. I think he's a phenomenal player. Definitely on the plane for England.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. My prediction for this game. I'd like to see Arsenal win, but I think Man City's just going to be too dominant. It'll probably be a closer game this time. 2-1 Man City.
2-1 Man City. Now, what other games do we have this weekend?
We got some ones to highlight. Liverpool, Newcastle, real quick. I'm going to go with my Reds. I'm going to say a 3-0 victory.
3-0 against the boys from the Toon? No way. No. Listen, whatever you're smoking, you got to stop that. I'm telling you right now, Liverpool, I know Liverpool. Whenever they get to this point in the season, they start dropping points to these little teams. Not saying that Newcastle's little, but that's what happens, yes or no? So Newcastle is going to win 1-0, telling you. Next.
All right, Spurs, Huddersfield.
No, Harry Kane scores a hat-trick, no problem. Spurs 3, Huddersfield 0.
Yeah, Harry Kane FC, Huddersfield 3.
He's so disrespectful to my boys.
Chelsea City.
Chelsea's my real boys. My boys in blue. I'm telling you, they're going to get a victory this week. Small errors have been costing us points and big victories. But I think that Conte's going to line us up correctly, as he always has. He's a tactical genius. And my hope is that we start Giroud, and I can see us winning 2-1 or 2-0.
All right, I'm going to give your boys in blue the benefit of the doubt, and mostly because I want Man City to challenge the points.
You're not catching up to them, mate. I'm telling you, they won.
I know. The trophy already says Man City. They're just waiting to engrave that Y after
Yeah, but
this
until
game.
then, until they finish engraving it, we're still champions of England. So respect the boys in blue.
I think Chelsea wins at 1-0.
Nice. Giroud header. There we go. That's what I like to hear.
Arsenal, Brighton.
Why are we even talking about these rubbish lads?
I think Arsenal's going to pull it off. I think they have enough in their cabinet to...
Well, it's going to be tough. I mean, you're talking about a Carabao Cup final where all the starters played. You're talking about they're playing a City who they have to line up. Yeah, they have to...
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. So they have to come with a good squad because that's a must-win game for Wenger. He was embarrassed on Sunday.
Both games are,
yeah. Oh, no, yeah, but he was embarrassed on Sunday. I don't think he wants that to happen again, but in my opinion, it will. But I think that Arsenal might get through these guys, and they'll probably win 1-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go with... there will be a couple of errors on Arsenal's part, mostly fatigue. Fatigue will definitely be a factor in this game for them. I'm going to say a 3-2 Arsenal win.
All right.
United, Palace.
Well, see, Palace is difficult to play against. I mean, Chelsea lost to Palace, and going to Selhurst Park with the fans that they have, the atmosphere there, it's insanely difficult. And they have a good squad. Roy Hudson is a good manager. Wilfried Zaha, attacking-wise, solid. I think and because of the way that United plays, I think we're going to see 0-0.
I'm going to give Man United... the benefit of the doubt, given they've got the momentum from this game. I think they can get a result against Palace. I'm going to say 1-0 Man U.
Okay. Last game.
Stoke, Southampton.
Stoke, Southampton, relegation battle. For me, Stoke City's got a good squad. So does Southampton. They've got good attacking players. Both teams, which is shocking that they're both so far down because they've got good attacking players. You've got Shaqiri, you've got Choupo-Moting, and Gabbiadini at Southampton, Tadic as well. And their defense, I mean, Jack Butland in goal, over there at Southampton, Fraser Foster. So I think they're similar to West Ham and Everton where they have a good squad. It's just that they've been underperforming, and it might be the managers, it might be something within the players. But for me, Southampton is weaker than Stoke. I'm going to give this one to Stoke. So I'm going to give Stoke winning 2-0.
I'm going to give this one to Southampton, the boys from St. Mary's.
Okay. Why?
I'm going to say they're going to pull it off. I really like the way they play. They always stick to their style, really, no matter who they play.
That's true.
I respect that. And I think Gabbiadini coming back into the side, showing his class, his form. Tadic in there as well. He usually plays better against these smaller teams.
Yeah.
I will say Southampton wins it 2-1.
Well, there you go. So tune in next week where we find out who was right, Lewis or myself. Of course, I think I'm going to be right, and most likely that's what's going to happen. Thank you for tuning in to this week, and hope to see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
How much time was that?
That was like 15, 6.
God damn.
So, yeah, that was
Was it really? Fuck, man. All right, I think that's what we're going to have to take.